Hey guys, welcome back to the Closet Chronicles with the CEO. I am Antoine and I'm in my closet. Y'all know what's happening. This is where I get to come and just be real and raw with my journey and where I'm at and how I'm building as a CEO. What we do and how I'm doing what we do is very different than the norm. It's not traditional. It's very unconventional. We are creatives. We are innovators. We are entrepreneurs who decided to take the long route, the scenic route to success, which we're already successful, but saying yes to a vision that myself and my wife has been called to do something a certain way, allow us to see different sides of this journey, a little bit different than I believe most people would take, and it takes longer. And it involves a little bit more than just the bottom line or impact or success or anything like that. It really has a governor to it. It really has, it's not an automatic where you put your foot on the gas and it just goes and you grind, become an entrepreneur, whether you fail or win. This is a more of a manual, like, let me figure out this clutch situation. And also try to hear where I believe God, our designer, is leading me to do this thing of a business thing we call, while having multiple of them going. And so I am at heart a yes man. And when I mean a yes man, I don't mean the guy who's sucking up to the guy and get coffee and get this and trying to please, but a yes man in the aspect of serving. And I want to share this because very often I see this ability to serve instead of please as a yes man. There's two types of yes men. There's a yes man that is saying yes to all the opportunities, one, to please a person or a thing, to get something from a person or a thing. This is a very distinctive attribute and element to serving and building a business, but also doing it the kingdom way. And this is how you can identify people that's a part of your crew, and if they have the heart and the trust and the vision of where you're going, by how we say our yeses. Our yeses are very, very different. And the stark difference in what I'm saying is someone who is saying yes to a thing oftentimes have an underlying motive to what they're doing, because you're talking to two types of yes men. You're talking to someone who is pleasing to get and someone that is serving just to serve, to get the thing done with nothing in return. And what I'm seeing a lot lately in really all generations is the ability to say yes depending on what I'm going to get, depending on how I feel, depending on what I think about the situation. And I want you to take a look at that as a CEO, as a founder, as an entrepreneur. Think about it. And this is why I love the closet, because I get to talk to other people like me. Think about how you got where you're at. I have to share about how I got to where I'm at very, very often. And when I think about how I got to where I'm at right now, it was a series and a discipline of saying yes all the time, but not to get anything. Even though I was blessed with mentors and I was blessed with access, I was blessed. Sheesh, this ain't even a late one. It's only like 10:52. I wasn't only blessed with access and favor, but I was often say yes genuinely as a form of payment to serving. The fact that I get the fact that you're asking me to do it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah, I knocked that out for you. Oh, remember this line, y'all? You probably don't really hear it a lot. Don't even worry about it. Most CEOs, I'm going to say most, like I know all of y'all, most CEOs, entrepreneurs, founders, we're yes men. And when I say yes man, we say yes to the idea. We say yes to the vision. We say yes even when we don't fully even believe or understand what's happening, but because we understand what serving and putting in the time, putting in the equity, sweat equity to see something through, even when we don't know what we're going to get out of it, I think is one of the most valuable things that a human could ever learn. And oftentimes an entrepreneur, CEO, or founder gets to embark or be able to behold. I'm going to use some big words tonight, even though I don't even do it during the day. We get to behold these things called opportunities. And that's the reason why we get to sit in our seat, because we decide to say yes a different way other than what most people would say yes to, especially this next generation. They want to see what is in it for them. How much am I going to make? Even when they have no skills, they have no experience. They don't know. They have a bunch of information, a lot of vibes and a lot of feelings about what they're talking about, but they have no fruit. They have no essence of, you've learned and you worked your way up. You did the hard and dirty, gritty stuff, kind of when nobody asked you to, but you jumped in, not even knowing that you were learning all of these things that got you to the place to where you're at right now. And so I just want to highlight in the closet that you saying yes a long time ago was the greatest thing you ever did. And I'm clapping because I wish somebody would clap for me, because I said some yeses, sometimes stuff that scared me, stuff I didn't even know was going to go down. But I also said yes, not really looking for anything in return. And it was, I look back, it's like, man, I remember just saying yes and shut up. Yeah, yes, sir, I got you. Yeah. Well, is there anything else you need? Like, when do we stop doing that? Like, but your yes can teach this generation and the next generation and people really around the world a different way, because it's the way you say yes and the way you use your yeses, I believe, that make you the best at what you do. Because you say yes when most people were just giving out a bunch of free no's, and they didn't even know why, because they didn't want to go through the headache, the sorrow, the conversations, the embarrassment, the failures. They didn't want to say yes to all that. And one thing I love about people who say yes to serving is I love this statement that there's nobody lower than a servant. Somebody who's genuinely serving. I think about it, like my mind appears a castle, and I'm just thinking about the servant who's cleaning up not only the palace but also the dungeon, probably where they sleep at most of the time. And there's nobody below a servant. And so having that servant-like heart, I think, as one of the foundations and pillars of a CEO, just makes us, our character and our ethics, a little bit more grounded, even though we're not perfect with it. But we're willing to serve we're willing to serve the serve part first, if something happens or not. And I'm learning that on many levels. I'm still learning levels and spectrums of integrity and being ethical and serving while becoming an expert, while becoming great at something too as well. And so I've learned to even train myself to say yes without getting anything in return. What reminds me of that, you already know it's coming. Jesus says in the Bible, give without expecting anything in return. Like, when you give, don't like, hey, you remember what I did? Like, or, hey, remember when I loaned you? Literally, every time you do it, dead end road. That dies right there. He also says this, and he calls the people at the time that he was talking to hypocrites, but he gives this analogy that never let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. And it's because they were showing off their fasting. They were showing off, hey, I'm holier than thou. Let me show everybody what my body looks like, or how my intellect is after I get done fasting. And Jesus was just mad at them. Like they would use this sacred thing to show off, to make themselves better than other people, and he called them a hypocrite about it. And so I thought that was very, very unique that he would show that off, because he is the same person that we know that did all these miracles, that came and died for the world, for all these things that I hope all of you guys who watch this will receive. But he was the master servant. I know that sounds weird. And I love that he even talks about serving and masters at the same time. I got to give a couple things that's coming through my mind. The first thing he says, matter of fact, let me give you this first because that's actually the most richest thing of this conversation. And I love that I'm talking to other like-minded people or that will have this mentality, is that when Jesus references servant, I love that he shares it in this instance where he's talking to his disciples, the people that he's teaching, the people that he's leading on a daily basis. He's letting them, this is crazy. This is what I call the Spirit. Because I'm dealing with this right now. I'm leading young men, like from the ages of 18, 19, 26, and men above me. So it's really unique, the things that they get inside, because what I do inside of our company is I let them get close enough to see the weight I have, the things I go through, the conversations, the meetings. I mean, meetings, contracts, the whole thing. They can see the whole thing. So they understand the weight of what we're doing, what we're building, what we're attempting to sell into. But when I give them access to me, they get access to my family. They get access to the phone calls. They get to hear at a different level than a different contractor or employee gets to hear. And Jesus says this to them. He says, pretty much, let me sum it up. He says, most masters don't let their servants get this close to them to even get this type of teaching, pretty much. He says, what type of master calls his servants friends? And Jesus makes the point that I call you friend. Like, I know they call him rabbi. They call him master teacher. They call him all the names. But at the end of the day, he calls them friend. He served them that. And this is what I want to put the cherry on top. Even on this topic of serving and saying yes, that one, Jesus said yes to something that he wasn't paid to do. He wasn't coerced to do. He didn't was obligated to do. Jesus said yes to something that no one on earth would ever say yes to for the whole world. Even though I believe people kind of carry the Spirit, and I bless you people and bless the ones who have come before us and died, but he came to die, not only just to set us free from bondage and sin and shame, but the mindset of take, grab, all about me. I got the Bible. I have the power. He's like, no, I didn't come for that. I come that you may have life, that you have it more abundantly. Why? I'm not going to be here the whole time. I came just for you. And the greatest statement he can make about serving and saying yes was, he tells his disciples, look, I didn't come to be served. Look, we serve churches. I've been in church all my life. We still worship Jesus. Even though he tells us, look, I didn't come to be served. There's actually nothing you can actually do for me. But he says, I come to serve. This is one of the major differences with Jesus, is he not only becomes a friend to the people he teaches, not just this guru or virtuoso or this, super divine being. Jesus is like, nah, that's what y'all be saying about me. He's like, really? I'm a regular dude with ultra superpowers who actually believe in what I preach and what I believe in the level and size of my faith. And I believe you can do the same thing. And that's why he continues to say, I come to serve you. How can I serve you? You even catch him before he is crucified. You hear the story where he washes the people he's teaching, the people he is mentoring, discipling, he washes their feet. That's serving with nothing in return. And so many of us, I believe we've gotten to the place of where we are because we decided to say yes. We decided to serve without anything in return. But I believe some of us, even like myself, we forget that. Sometimes we're not getting maybe what we feel we deserve. We're not getting, man, I've been doing this 20 years. It's time for something to return back to me. It's time to. I should be yielded something. I should be something should be grown by now. Something should be changed by now. I should be a lot further. I should be. Yeah, I get it. Not. I had those same thoughts. But when the last time did you serve and still say yes? Like this morning, I have a unique passion for music. It's my first gift, I believe, and one of my deepest passions. Because when I hear music, just something changes. It just does. Literally, I got 3-4 guitars right here, and I took on a project that I shouldn't be doing by technical standpoints, but I felt called to do it to help this amazing woman with this project. 3 songs, and just the ability to serve her in this time, the things that we've been able to uncover. One, I said I have to get from music, which I love, but there's ways in business that I've learned through consulting, through strategizing. Now that I'm adding to the music and I'm starting to see people and songs and their placement and their purpose different, I'm able to serve this at a level. Yes, there is a value for what I do, but my time is actually way more valuable than what I'm actually investing out. And it's that I'm serving that person, because I believe that our serving goes way further than our knowing of truly what we're doing. And that's why it's one of the most important features we can have. And me being able to serve her, the lives that she can touch. And that's why I believe Jesus says, hey, I come to serve you because y'all gonna be here. I'm not. And so for those of us who still struggle, for those of us who kind of change our yeses like I have, or my yes is like kind of depending on what the deal is or what the opportunity is, I would say, hey, always keep that free yes available, because you never know what comes of it. You never know what life changes from it. And I love the opportunity to serve more than just giving away skills and showing new tactics and mentoring, but serving men a new way of life, other entrepreneurs and creatives like, hey, you can do it this way or you can do it this way. And sometimes I get in trouble. My wife gets a little mad because I'm not at home when the time I need to be home, or I'm in the closet serving. Y'all don't even have to say yes or no. I'm just freely giving it. Because I believe there's moments in times where entrepreneurs and creatives have their closet time that nobody else sees, that only us go through, that only us think, where we're always in between, like, do I want to give up, or am I doing too much? Am I not thinking enough? And I want to say this, that you're in the right place. You're the perfect person to do it. You're the perfect person to do it. And you have everything you need, and you are enough. Everything you have, everything you are, you're perfect for it. And sometimes I have to remind myself of that. And it's easier to do that in a quiet space. When you get done taking all the calls and you get the big opportunities, or you lost a client, or people change on you, it's we still say yes. We still serve no matter what. We get up and get back at it tomorrow. Can you make up and kiss your wife? Can you go take the kids out for ice cream one more time? Can you go the extra mile with the client you wish they would have said yes to, but you went ahead and did the service anyway because you didn't really have the budget? Because it's not about just getting the deal. It's about creating impact and also influence in the version of serving. Say, hey, normally we don't do this, and really I shouldn't be doing this. I don't have the time or the resources, but I do have the access to make that happen. I want to challenge all of us CEOs and entrepreneurs and anybody in high leadership that can make high decisions to say yes by serving differently, serving first, which is a policy of the companies that we have. We serve first. Whatever you're going to pay us for, we gave you a free appetizer first. It wasn't a trial period. It was like, no, we're going to give you 100%. plus more. And if we can't do it, we're going to do our best to maybe figure out the best way to get you that access. And so I just want to challenge us with that, or really not even challenge, but kind of take us back, because I don't got to challenge you guys. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Say yes differently this year. Serve a little bit differently in a way that you didn't know you need to serve differently. That goes not only just in business, but your family. How can you say yes to your kids differently? As dads and parents, no is the is the VIP button. No is the nuke button. No is the speed dial. But what happens when you say yes genuinely, just so you can serve your kids and your wife with grace and balance? So yeah, I'm in the closet, and these are things that I think about. Like literally, there's things that I'm like, man, I could have said yes to that. Man, I could have did that, or I could have did it differently. I could have served that way differently. And last thought, I was in the car with my wife. It was about 31 degrees, and I had a real good moment. We took our kids to the park before my son had his first basketball game, which he did incredible. They even won tonight, which is pretty cool. We went out to eat for tacos after that time. But we wouldn't just sat in the park and just got to watch them play. Usually I'm at the park, but just kind of just sat there and just embraced it all. And just knowing that it's not always going to be there. And not always going to run to the park and run back to the car. Like, I know that. I heard people tell us that. So I'm trying to take that in more and more. And that's probably the real challenge, is like, serve differently. And then find moments to create a capsule, a time moment with the family and the people you have. And yeah. That's a closet vibe. We'll close right there. You guys be empowered in your lives. You are power. You are power. You are power. You were made from it. You were made by it. You were made with it. You were made for it. So you guys have a great week. Peace be with you guys. Say yes and serve, and see what happens.